So you might know that Rosemary Kennedy, who is the sister of former US President John F. Kennedy, underwent a lobotomy, which was a kind of brain surgery used to treat mental illness and seizures. Before people like Walter Freeman popularized the lobotomy, there were other psychiatrists working within the field of psychosurgery. And one such example is Swiss psychiatrist Gottlieb Burckhardt, who was working at the end of the 19th century. In the 1800s, one of the leading theories of mental illness was that it had a physical origin. Mental illness was due to some sort of alteration or lesion found within the brain. This is why people in the 1800s performed autopsies on individuals who were diagnosed with mental illness in order to find that lesion. With this in mind, let's go back to Burckhardt. In the 1890s, Burckhardt is a medical director at a Swiss asylum near the lake Neuchâtel, and his primary concern was how to manage his patients' physical and verbal excitement or agitation. And he started to wonder whether these behaviors could actually be localized to different parts of the brain. If you went in and changed that structure, would that then change a patient's behavior? With incredibly limited surgical training, Burckhardt went about and operated on about 6 of his patients. These patients would have likely been diagnosed with a schizophrenia spectrum disorder today. Burckhardt performed something called a tepectomy. Patients were initially provided with morphine for pain relief and then anesthetized with chloroform. After that, Burckhardt drilled a hole into their head and then resected different areas of the cerebral cortex, the temporal lobe, the parietal lobe, the frontal lobe, areas which he thought were responsible for these behaviors that were difficult to manage. While one of the patients died soon after this procedure, Burckhardt reported an improvement in 4 of the cases. That is, these patients appeared more quiet and calm than previously. I don't think that Burckhardt believed that this kind of surgery would completely cure patients of mental illness. Rather, it was a palliative effort to manage their behaviors. Nonetheless, when Burckhardt presented the results of his research at the Berlin Medical Conference in 1890, most of the participants were shocked and horrified. This ultimately led to him being ostracized by the medical community. And there was a resultant lull in advances in psychosurgery up until the 1930s, which was when Portuguese neurologist and Nobel Prize winner Egas Moniz came up with his surgery called the leucotomy.